Hey everybody, this here's Gumy of, what are we? Oh yeah, we're that one channel. 5 more minutes. I'm going to be doing a bunch of little things as far as video and audio editing on the actual channel, but I was told that I should probably go ahead and do a smaller section of me coloring and actually drawing some things. So a lot of people seem to think I have this amazing ability to draw, which isn't quite accurate. See, I'm good at drawing, I'm just not good at drawing my own stuff. It's like Cinderella, you know? I just do things. They don't happen on purpose. Matter of fact, right now I'm having the hardest of times moving these layers out of the way so I can go ahead and show you guys how good I am at doing things. So that's not working out too well. Anyway, we're going to work with this image here. It was created by one random chicken 300. They're a pretty cool user of YouTube. Go ahead and see their channel. They don't usually upload their own pictures. I guess it's because they don't draw it, but they're like, yeah, it's cool, go for it. So I'm just going to color it a bit and then show you guys afterward what it looked like when I originally finished. You can see a small little thumbnail of that over here, but I'll just generally have a good time telling you guys about what sort of things I want to do. I really enjoy artwork. It's one of my greatest passions. You see, I'm the kind of person that goes around and tries their hardest to see things in a light that is pleasant, you know? You don't see a lot of people saying, hey, what can you do for me that you enjoy? They're always trying to get their own thing taken care of. I mean, it's really nice to get your own stuff done, but a lot of the time people don't seem to understand that yeah, while you need help, there's the person you're asking help of that really needs your assistance. Which is fine, you know. Not everyone's considerate of another person, but a lot of the time, it helps that person that you're asking to be considerate. Anyway, I'm having some issues with this line here, and the actual paintbrush tool is kind of working funny. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to get this done by changing the mode back to normal. For whatever reason it was in behind. I hate when it does that so much. Whoopsie. Wrong layer. Let's try that again. Make a new layer. Always forget that sort of thing. Let's call it shirt. Shirt. Good. And if you would, please reselect. Thank you. Good job. My computer likes to do things where it decides that it doesn't want to actually select something as far as picking an area to be colored that I just wanted it to select. So I have to fight with it every now and then. And it's mostly because I leave it on too long or I leave it on overnight or I'm downloading a billion things at the same time. Because I like to download pictures and just enjoy editing them. It's a really fun hobby of mine. I mean, I'm really big on making things seem more realistic. I'm not the best at it, but I'm pretty good. This should take me about, I don't know, 10, maybe 12 minutes. But if it takes longer than that, then I'll just show you the finished product later. And we'll get to that then. But right now, I really want to help you guys just see what I was trying to do when I first went through this. So I finished the shirt. I'm going to put the skin on. I'm not really sure what kind of colors I want to go with. Maybe orange, pink. Let's go with kind of a yellowish skin. It's important when you're making skin to make it very pale. A lot of people seem to forget that. Unless you're in like extremely dark lighting, skin generally isn't that, how should I say, it doesn't have a lot of color to it. People say, oh, you've got a really white skin or something. I'm like, guys, no. You're not paying enough attention. You see the person with their skin how it is, and you think, yeah, that's what they look like. But really what you're seeing is what you want to see. You remember things that make you remember that person more easily. As a matter of fact, I've got this my girlfriend. She's a really great person. And a lot of the time I think she's around mocha latte. Like go get a drink from Starbucks and ask for a mocha latte. She's that color, at least to me. But really, she's more of a tan or a cream color. So she gets upset about me, trying to make her what she's not, and that's no big deal. I understand. I'd be pretty upset if everyone went around saying that, hey, Gumy, you're kind of chocolate. Which, by the way, is a color now. I've decided that I am the chocolate person, but hey, not everyone likes the idea of being made of chocolate. Anyway, getting this coloring in, well, shading really. Primarily what I do with colors is I just shade everything all together in order to get it colored. And that tends to help me as far as getting fine details down and making sure that I get things taken care of. Like you can see up on the top right where the eyebrow is that it didn't decide to select that for whatever reason. We'll go ahead and fill that in later. But right now we're just going to get the main parts and worry about the small stuff. Now that I've got the skin colored and we're going to move over to the mode, I'm going to show you these little tabs here. We've got normal, dissolve, light, and all these other sections, and they're sectioned off to show like different regions. Hue is not going to do that much of a big thing because it does nothing to adjust with the hue. Matter of fact, we're not going to be down there. We're going to be all the way up in darken only. And see what that does is make everything that's of a heavier saturation show, like those black lines behind it. It really helps when you want to still see the image that you're coloring on. And if I take away the selection here, you can see everything's still there. If I change it over to multiply or burn, it should make everything just a little bit darker, or what's the word for it, more poppy. And that is a good thing if you want to have that dark sort of thing, but I'm just looking for a little bit of color. I'm not trying to make it a really mocha feel. So we'll just fill in this section here and not worry too much about the eyebrows. Eyebrows tend to have their own color, especially people who have brighter eyebrows. Their eyebrows might be a little bit brighter than their hair, like a blonde or maybe even a brunette might have almost white eyebrows or possibly blonde when they are a brunette. I've seen a few redheads, matter of fact, who have that sort of yellow sort of eyebrow going on. It really freaked me out for a long time. But you get those things taken care of, and then you go ahead and try to fill in this right here, this section of hair. Because the way the person who drew this decided to color it, and, well, not color, decided to shade it, they left the impressions on, which is good for me, because it means I don't have to work quite as hard with the actual filling in of the regions. But when it comes to what's the word for it? When it comes to selecting a region, you end up having a lot of places that you just have to go back over one at a time, because you don't have the luxury of just, oh, I'm gonna quick select all of this and it'll be okay. No, it's not how it works. We need to actually get a hair color, so let's go over here and find ourselves, pink sounds nice. Yeah, let's go with bubblegum pink. A little bit brighter. Oh, by the way, I use a RGB. Some people like to use a CMYK, which I believe is over here. I'm not big on CMYK. It's nice, but I have issues understanding K, which is the black fill. It's more or less the value as well as a few of the colors, and I think it's C, cyan? Yeah, cyan doesn't really make a lot of sense to me, so I tend to avoid CMYK. That's a cyan, magenta, yellow, and I believe krypton. I'm just going to stick with that because it's one of those weird things that you know about, but you don't really mess with unless you're one of the people. Anyway, let's fill in that hair, get that thing taken care of. Oh, right, build another layer. Hair, and there we go. So, filling in the hair, it's not going to take a lot of work. Most of the effort comes into actually cleaning up the lines around the edges the way that I decide to draw. Now, there's people who decide to go through the first time and make it real smooth like, but I'm not that kind of person. I like to go back over and clean things up. I'm a really cleanly person. I end up stuttering a lot because of that sort of thing, that behavior. It's an unconscious habit. I actually took a psychology class. My teacher, I kept asking her, I'm like, "Are you sure I'm not crazy? Like, what do you call have one of those symptoms of insanity or anything?" And she's like, "No, you're fine. You're just really, really self-conscious." So I decided that when I start feeling a little uncomfortable, I do what Archer, American Dad's, what's his name, Stan, and all those other guys do. I just look at myself and say, hey, you're doing a good job. Now go out and have a beer. But I don't drink, so it's not really an option for me. Oh my gosh, these layers, dudes. Okay, I really gotta be able to put the hair above everything else, so I might come back to you with the hair realigned, but it's no big deal. It's just that it's being covered up by the shirt right now. And that's not a big deal. We'll worry about that later. Change the hair to darken only, and it gives a little bit of a purple outline. Aww. Let's go multiply. That might work a little bit better. There we go. It makes it dark purple, but that's okay for what we need, because we just need to get the hair filled in. We'll worry about everything else later. Looks like her ears aren't colored, and skin color, that is. Let's go ahead and mess with those. Zoom in a little bit, thank you. Right, because the skin is on top of the hair. That's another thing. Make sure you build your layers from the ground up. There's programs like Adobe Photoshop that don't really allow you to properly understand things, because you have to learn a lot of this information before you even get using the program. Like when I was trying to make a text layer, it was like, do you want this layer to be movable? Do you want this to happen? Maybe you want a bird to fly out of the sky as you shoot down that megalodon. I mean, I haven't shot the megalodon. I'm not a mass murderer of megalodons, but what I'm getting at is things happen in other programs, unlike this one, that normally wouldn't happen in any sort of a non-vector scaling program. By the way, this is GIMP that I'm using, Graphic Image Manipulation Program. There'll be a link in the description to the download site. Totally free, really good program for most things. I haven't had to do any serious editing with it, so that might be why I don't have any issues, but as far as, small picture editing and what do you call, like coloring a comic book or something, if you were to do an online comic, this would be a decent program for that task, because there's not a lot of complicated things to worry about, like do you want it to be letterbox sized or anything. They do allow you to choose the size of your image as well as the actual composition of things, but in general you don't need to unless you're trying to make a specialized kind of image, so it works out pretty well. Alright, getting that shoulder colored in. Let's go. I think I'm gonna have to start deleting stuff off my computer. Oh, that's another thing. I watch a lot of shows. I watch animes like Doctor Who, mangas like Powerpuff Girls. I'm just kidding, guys. Stop rage. You can hear your shouts of angst already. I do watch a lot of the new Doctor Who. I haven't heard any of the old radio broadcasts, but I still do watch Powerpuff Girls, Cow and Chicken. Matter of fact, right now I'm watching Rocko's Modern Life. I don't know if you guys remember that. That was one of the best shows of the 90s, because it was just a guy trying to have a good time and not really doing so well at it, because, he wasn't understanding the way that the world works. He didn't seem to just chill and let it come as it goes. You know what I mean? Maybe not. Anyway, leave in the comments what you feel about what I've done so far. Ooh, right, the shirt. Gotta fix that. And I'll talk to you guys next episode when I put in the background. Oh, that's right. I said if I didn't finish, I was going to show you guys something. I've already done this. I've colored this image before, but I decided this time that I would just do it anew for you, because I want you to see something that I know how to do, something that I'm good at doing, something that, while I like it, I'm not too proud, Anyway, I filled in the background layer, gave the shirt a certain color. I didn't really want to do too much with the skin, shading for the skin, hair, and of course, little eye. It's a shiny eye, like a sparkle going on there. But that's what I got for the finished project. I wasn't trying to do anything special. You know how it is. You just like, hey guys, you want me to color that image for you? Sure, no problem. Boom, there you go. It's 4 hours. Give me $1. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Like I said, I'll finish later what all this is, and I really appreciate you watching the video, because most of the time people just say, oh look, a video with advertisements, I guess I won't be watching that. And I'll see you all at a later point in time. Alright. Oh, by the way, I watch My Little Pony, so if you see any of those, you can ask me to color it, but if it's a canon character from any of most of the main series, I'll consider it. I don't want to get sued. Have a good time, alright? Later.